Well, obviously, we had not seen the report at all done, and it asked the St. Louis County Medical Examiner to give us information when we did our first autopsy with Dr. Bodden. Here, though, I think we all have to be very concerned that someone would leak the autopsy report to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I think the Brown family all along has had serious concerns about whether or not they could really get justice. This leak doesn't help their confidence at all. In fact, it hurts the confidence of the general public can have in this process. So we have some serious concerns about it being leaked. But let me say this, though. You have to think about this autopsy in no way is conclusive as to what happened in that car. You have to take the many witnesses, that are 6 to 8 witnesses who's come forward and who have given very credible information about what happened in that case. For example, we know that the officer was trying to open his door. They don't contradict that. So the officer started the interaction between Michael Brown and himself at the car door. Now, what happened for the gun to come out? I think all the things that led up until the gun being discharged and Michael being shot play a bigger role in this situation as well.
Then what is your reaction to the report that there also, you mentioned the witnesses who corroborate what Dorian Johnson said. What about the eyewitnesses who have testified and backed up Officer Wilson's side of the story?
Well, but none of those people have come forward. And I think, again, we see that there are people out there, if they know the truth, they should come tell the truth. What we have seen in this case is all of the witnesses out there who saw whatever they saw, the black ones, the white ones, all of them, the ones who used their cell phones to record, they all came forward to face the public scrutiny. For them to say that they have witnesses and they have not come forward is totally unfair and unjust in this situation. And we have to stop the leaks. The leaks do nothing to help justice in this case.
Do you think that leaks, do you think it's an orchestrated effort to get people to sort of ease Michael Brown supporters and protesters into the likelihood that this officer will probably not be indicted? Do you think that's why it's being leaked?
I think it's a slow, wrongful attempt, one, to defame the name of Michael Brown, two, to defame the public's trust in the process. But I think that we have to think about what's happening here. We'd be naive to think that this is not I mean, we can't prove it's intentional, but it's very ironic that all this evidence comes out the same week. It's all not in Michael Brown's favor, and they're doing it at a time where the grand jury is still meeting. So you have someone from the federal investigation leaking information. You have the St. Louis County Medical Examiner's Office leaking information as well. So how can we have confidence in this process?
Okay, so I have to, you're a smart man. You're an attorney. You know that every bit of information that comes out is not going to be in favor of Michael Brown, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so eyewitnesses are notoriously unreliable. You know that in many cases. And you can get 10 people hang on one second. Let me finish before, and then you can answer. So if you can get 10 people who can see the same, have witnessed the same thing and give 10 completely different accounts. So on both sides, on Michael Brown's side and on Darren Wilson's side. But what is irrefutable is the evidence in the case. And it appears that the evidence, if it is correct, at this point, it points in the direction of what the officer said happened. Go ahead and make your point.
I have to disagree. There's one other piece of evidence that all the witnesses talk about that's totally irrefutable. The fact that as Michael Brown was running away, that this officer was shooting at him as he ran away. Now, true, he may not have hit him as he was running away, but he hit him. So when Michael Brown turned around, yes, he had his hands up, but he also started going down. And so I think you have to take all of their testimony in totality and put it all together. The real point here, though, is that there's plenty of evidence here in this case for this jury to indict him. Remember, indictment is just probable cause that a crime may have been committed.
Right.
It's not allegation of, it's not a proven guilt. And so I think we need to make sure that, one, that they do their jobs and at least indict and have an open public trial in this case.
Darryl, I'm sorry I have to go.
The public needs to see this publicly.
Thank you. I'm up against the clock. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us, and come back